Big breaking news. We now know Atlanta is officially a World Cup host city.
Fox 5 sports anchor Cody Chaffins live at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Cody, what have we learned so far?
Atlanta's in, Tom. That's what we needed to know. We suspected that was going to be the case. There was a lot of optimism about Atlanta's bid, but FIFA announcement still going on just behind me. Still some more cities to go, but we know Atlanta will host World Cup games in 2026. Now, which games, how many, all those details are probably going to come early next year, but we do know we're in. So what does that mean? Well, it means they're going to have to put some grass in here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They'll put some natural grass over the turf here when they play those games. And we know the Atlanta United training facility will probably be used for teams training, some other sites around town. And Atlanta's still up as a potential host for the International Broadcast Center. And them in Dallas were on the original proposal from FIFA. So we'll see if that happens on that same original proposal that FIFA liked back in 2018. Atlanta was a semifinal site. But again, we're not sure about that just yet. We'll find that out probably early next year, but the world will be coming to Atlanta for the first time since 1996 when we got the Olympics. Remember, the Olympic soccer games weren't even played in the city of Atlanta. They were played over in Athens, Birmingham, and some other spots. So this will be the first really huge soccer event happening here in our city. Back to you.
The biggest sporting event is coming to Atlanta. This evening, soccer's governing body, FIFA, announced that Atlanta is one of 16 cities in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada that will be hosting World Cup matches in 2026.
Fox 5 Sports' Cody Chaffins was at Mercedes-Benz Stadium tonight, where the Atlanta bid committee shared their excitement and plans on how Atlanta will welcome the world.
It didn't take them very long to redecorate here inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Yes, the World Cup in 2026 will be coming to Atlanta. And while it was a night of celebration for the Atlanta delegation, it was also a night thinking ahead to hard work to come.
Yeah, this is the starting line. Operationally, it's about 1,460 days till FIFA comes.
And in those next 1,400 days, there will be plenty of projects starting from the ground up. Literally, World Cup matches will require temporary natural grass instead of the Benz's artificial turf.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's a bit complicated, so we have to put underground irrigation, underground ventilation in, put the grass on top. Probably have to work with growing lamps. A lot for us to study and to learn here, but we'll be ready.
And outside the building, there's plenty to tackle to put our best foot forward. Things that Governor Brian Kemp and Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens say they're ready to tackle. For the governor, security is top of mind, as it was during the 2019 Super Bowl.
I remember flying in the helicopter over this stadium during the Super Bowl week, watching the coordinated security efforts that we had on the ground, and we're going to have more of that in the same. So I think that'll be the focal point, at least from my perspective.
For the mayor, he had a laundry list that included the Gulch and Centennial Yards projects around the stadium.
This area in the next 4 years, it's going to look a little different around here. Some of those areas that are gaps in infrastructure, you're going to see buildings and connectivity and places where good fanfare is going to take place during the FIFA World Cup games.
For Atlanta Sports Council President Dan Corso, getting another big sporting event to the city of Atlanta seems to all be in a day's work. But he told me that the World Cup takes things to another level.
It's on a magnitude I don't think we've seen in this city going back perhaps until the 96 Olympic Games. If you look at our last Super Bowl in 2019, that was one game over a 10-day period. There's a potential for 4 or 6 matches over a 30-day period here.
And while this has been a long 4-year process so far, there's more waiting to come. It won't be until the middle of next year that we find out how many and which particular matches will be hosted here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In Atlanta, Cody Chaffins, Fox 5 Sports. Atlanta United's training ground all dressed up today as members of FIFA and the United 2026 World Cup bid team were in town taking a look at Atlanta's soccer facilities.
It was a little strange having so many suits out here today, checking everything out, but you know, it's big things around here, and so you know, it's a fun time to be a part of the club.
After spending time checking out the training ground and all it had to offer, FIFA's Bid Evaluation Task Force, which included representatives from soccer's international ruling body, FIFA, the 2026 United Bid Committee, the Atlanta Sports Council, the Falcons, Atlanta United, and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they all headed downtown. There, they saw the Georgia World Congress Center, which is listed in the joint U.S., Canada, and Mexico World Cup bid as a potential site for the International Broadcast Center. They also got to tour Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which with its 75,000 seat capacity is listed in the bid as a semi-final site. Atlanta United players say this city is ready to host the world's most widely viewed sporting event.
We have really good stadium, we have really good training ground, we have really good city, really good fans, and maybe we deserve it.
Yeah, definitely, in my opinion. I think the support that the community has shown to us, and the stadium and everything like that, and the capacity it can hold, definitely.
Cody Chaffins, Fox 5 Sports.
Fox 5 News at 6 starts right now.
We begin with breaking news, and it's big news. Within the last 30 minutes, soccer's governing body, FIFA, selected Atlanta as one of its host cities for the 2026 World Cup. Good evening. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. FIFA chose the cities from the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. Fox 5 Sports anchor Cody Chaffins is live at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where the Atlanta delegation heard this huge news. Cody.
And there had to be a great reaction. We will hear from some of those members of the delegation, some dignitaries in the House, and we expect a press conference from them in about an hour from now. But you said it, the big news, Atlanta is one of the sites. There were 22 cities in the running to host World Cup games in 2026. Atlanta is one of those 16 selected. So what can we expect? Well, it should be probably 5 or 6 games over a 30-day span coming up in 2026. The games will be played here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They won't play it on the turf like they normally do. They will roll out natural grass. All of this is the culmination of a long process for that Atlanta delegation. Back in 2018, I did a story on the FIFA officials touring Mercedes-Benz Stadium, touring Atlanta United's training facility. They were just trying to get a feel from it. They put Atlanta as a big part of the bid to get the 2026 World Cup. And FIFA in 2018, 4 years ago, decided the U.S., Canada, and Mexico would get the 2026 World Cup. But we didn't know the cities until today, so that 4-year-long wait is finally over. Now, which games we're going to host and exactly how many, probably going to have to wait again. That's probably not going to happen until next year. I can tell you that in the original proposal, Atlanta was listed as a semifinal site along with Dallas. We'll see if that stays true. Another thing about Dallas and Atlanta, both were listed as potential sites for the International Broadcast Center. All of this is going to bring a ton of revenue to the city. Some experts say getting 5 or 6 World Cup games is like getting 5 or 6 Super Bowls. So an incredible economic impact of hundreds of millions of dollars. So it'll be gearing up over the next few years for another big event. In the meantime, we're still going to have likely the college football championship game could be coming in 2025, coming back to the city. So the city's gotten really good at hosting big events, and this will be unlike anything we've seen since 1996 and the Olympics. Live at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Cody Chaffins, Fox 5 Sports.
That's great news. Cody, nice job. Thank you very much.
Well, in less than an hour, we'll find out if Atlanta will host one of the biggest sporting events in the world. FIFA will announce which cities in the United States, Mexico, and Canada will host games in the 2026 World Cup. Fox 5 Sports anchor Cody Chaffins is live at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where the Atlanta delegation is waiting on the big news. Cody, this would be huge if Atlanta's name is called.
It would be incredible. We're live actually inside the Atlanta United locker room, which could be home to big international teams if we get the World Cup. Brazil could be getting ready in here, France, even the U.S., and it's all if that announcement is coming in the next couple of minutes, probably right around 5 o'clock. It's been a process that's been years in the making. It was over 4 years ago that FIFA officials first visited Mercedes-Benz Stadium and visited Atlanta United's training ground up in Marietta. And Atlanta was a big part of the proposal that won the U.S., Mexico, and Canada that World Cup bid back in 2018. But we've had to wait 4 long years to find out if Atlanta's actually going to get any games. And we are going to find that out in just a little bit. Why is it such a big deal? Well, if Atlanta's picked, we expect to get 5 or 6 games played here at the Benz, and experts equate that to getting like 5 or 6 Super Bowls when it comes to economic impact. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. And then there's the off-field impact, which Atlanta United head coach Gonzalo Pineda broke down for me this week.
I'm just hoping and optimistically hoping for the decision, but I think that's going to impact massively the city. I can imagine the kids that are going to be able to watch some of the best players in the world here. That's going to grow the enthusiasm for the game, and you know, it's going to be massive for all the people living in Atlanta.
And you heard Pineda say it. There's a lot of optimism around Atlanta's chances. Atlanta not only listed on that proposal as a possible semifinal site on the original proposal, but also a potential site for the International Broadcast Center. So Atlanta was a big part of the plans. It would be shocking if we didn't get some very good news very soon about the World Cup coming here. Christine?
All right, Cody, we will be listening.